What if the answer to your tinnitus isn't hiding in your ears at all? What if it was right on the tip of your tongue? Patients look at me like I've lost my mind when I'm telling them we're going to zap their tongue a little bit to treat their tinnitus, until they see the results. I'm Dr. Layne Garrett, founder of Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, and I've been treating tinnitus for over 2 decades, and I can tell you millions of people have been told there's nothing you can do, just live with it. Meanwhile, the ringing, buzzing, and hissing just keep stealing their sleep, focus, and peace of mind. Many come into my clinic after trying masking devices, supplements, or strange internet remedies, only to be disappointed. But now we finally have an FDA-approved device that changes that conversation. It uses gentle pulses on the tongue paired with sound therapy to actually retrain the brain's tinnitus circuits. Today, I'll show you how it works, the science behind it, and the results I've seen firsthand with clinics here in my clinic. Before I talk about Lenire, I want you to understand why this is such a big deal. Tinnitus affects more than 25 million adults in the United States. It's not a disease, it's a symptom, a phantom sound that can be ringing, buzzing, hissing, or clicking. Some patients tell me they can live with it, but for many it becomes devastating. I've had patients who can't read a book without the high-pitched whine drowning out the words. I've seen people who dread bedtime because the quiet makes the tinnitus even louder. Most were told to mask it with a fan or just learn to ignore it. And I'll be honest, before devices like Lenire, our tools were somewhat limited. That's why so many people got caught up in the cycle of chasing those miracle cures that just didn't work. When I first heard about Lenire, I'll admit I was very skeptical. But in March 2023, it became the first and only device of its kind to get de novo FDA approval for tinnitus treatment. That means the clinical evidence was strong enough to create an entirely new category of medical devices. In my clinic, I use Lenire with patients who have moderate to severe tinnitus and have struggled to find relief elsewhere. The system has 3 parts: Bluetooth headphones, a handheld controller, and the tongue tip, a small device that rests on your tongue. It uses a method called bimodal neuromodulation, and here's the key insight. Tinnitus isn't really an ear problem, it's a brain problem. We know that when the brain loses sound from the ears, often due to hearing loss, it sometimes fills in the blanks with its own phantom noise. That overactive neural activity becomes your tinnitus. Lenire takes advantage of the brain's ability to rewire itself, called neuroplasticity. The headphones play customized sound to stimulate the auditory nerve. At the same time, the tongue tip sends safe, gentle electrical pulses to the tongue. I've had patients describe the feeling as champagne bubbles or Pop Rocks candy. The important part is that the tongue is a neurological superhighway. This dual stimulation, sound in the ears and pulses on the tongue, forces the brain to pay attention and disrupts the tinnitus loop. Over time, the brain unlearns its obsession with the phantom noise, and the perception of tinnitus becomes much less intrusive. The TENT-A3 clinical trial showed that 70% of people who didn't respond to sound therapy alone improved significantly once the tongue stimulation was added. Across the whole group, nearly 80% of patients saw real improvement, and 88.6% said they'd recommend Lenire to others. In my own practice, those numbers line up. I've seen patients come in after years of frustration, and within weeks of starting treatment, they tell me they're sleeping better, concentrating easily, and most importantly, not dwelling on their tinnitus all day. Additionally, a study was published recently of 220 Lenire patients that found after 12 weeks, 91.5% had clinically meaningful improvement. In my clinic, I've had similar outcomes, especially with patients who stick to the recommended 2 30-minute sessions every day. We're not aiming for total silence, but we're aiming for something just as valuable: the ability to ignore the tinnitus without effort. That's life-changing. If you're finding this information helpful, it really supports our mission when you click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Not only does it tell YouTube this is worth sharing, but it also means you won't miss the next time I share new science-backed tinnitus treatments or patient success stories. Lenire is a prescription device, and in our clinic, it's never a one-size-fits-all solution. At Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, we're a modern tinnitus specialty center. That means Lenire is one of several scientifically backed treatment tools we can use as part of a customized plan for you. Depending on your unique situation, your treatment plan may also include hearing devices to restore missing sound input and reduce tinnitus perception, cognitive behavioral therapy to help reduce the emotional distress tinnitus can cause, lifestyle modifications that address contributing factors like stress, diet, and sleep, tinnitus retraining therapy, or TRT, to recondition your brain's response to tinnitus, and biometric monitoring so we can track your progress in real time and adjust your treatment plan as needed. With Lenire, the first step is a full tinnitus and hearing evaluation to see if you're a candidate. If it's the right fit, we'll program the device specifically for you and monitor your results closely. There is an investment of both time and money when it comes to tinnitus care. When using Lenire, we tell our patients to expect a treatment plan that lasts somewhere between 12 weeks and 12 months. We don't know how quickly your brain's going to adapt. Each day, we're going to encourage you to do 2 30-minute sessions. The financial investment does vary depending on which clinic you go to. Most clinics are going to include your Lenire, any other treatment technology you need, and all of your follow-up care. And while most insurance plans don't cover Lenire yet, many patients use HSA or FSAs, and the majority of Lenire clinics will offer some sort of financing to make sure it's affordable. Okay, one patient, I'm going to call him Michael, has lived with that whooshing sound for over 25 years. It woke him up at night, made it harder to work. He tried masking, meditation, and even dietary changes, and nothing helped. After we fit him with Lenire, he used it daily. 12 weeks later, he told me the noise wasn't the first thing he noticed anymore. He was sleeping better. He could concentrate at his desk without constant distraction. It wasn't about achieving silence, it was about regaining peace of mind. His exact words were, "Lenire has given me a new lease on life." For too long, tinnitus care has been about managing frustration. But with Lenire and a modern, multifaceted treatment approach, we now have real solutions backed by science and patient success stories. If you're tired of being told to just live with it, schedule an evaluation to see if Lenire or any other evidence-based tinnitus treatment could be right for you. If you know someone who's struggling with tinnitus, please share this video with them. You might help them take the first step towards real relief. Also, I want to hear from you. What have you tried? Have you tried Lenire or other tinnitus treatments? What worked? What hasn't? Drop your experience or questions in the comments below.